Welcome back to the Rise and Grind podcast. My name is Dro. I'm your host here. And first things first, if you didn't hear the last episode, pause this one, go back, listen to that one. That one we interviewed Cody Loss. Pretty cool interview. Kind of get to know Cody a little bit more. You get to hear what's going on with their men's team, kind of more from a player perspective, not just me talking or Coach Bogart talking on here. So, strongly encourage you, go take a listen if you didn't. Even if you did, get a refresher. But in this episode, we'll recap our January 31st game dates, and we'll also hear from Jordyn Stanberry. So if you heard me in the last episode, she had a massive crowd, and kind of just big crowd, her teams, but also just the loudness of her crew. So we wanted to hear from her and hear a little bit more of what that was like from her perspective. So that'll come here later. But first, I wanted to recap January 31st, our doubleheader. Our women's hosted Youngstown. Our men's hosted Kalamazoo United. Kalamazoo United's a team that filled in for Indiana United. They were booted from the league for not following a bunch of rules. I don't exactly know the details of all of that, but KZ United kind of stepped in quick fashion and was able to play a game at Waza Flow. And then ours was their second game, so that team's kind of still figuring it out. They didn't have a lot of time together or practicing, but I predict next time we see KZ United, it's going to be a tougher match. They're going to be ready. You kind of get used to the lights, the sounds of the arena, all that stuff. If you're playing there for the first time, can kind of set you off. But I'm excited for that match. But first things first, our women's got their first win of the season. 7-6 over the Youngstown Nighthawks. Youngstown is an actual active competing MASLW team. They are in a tough conference, I will say. I believe we were probably the most competitive match they've had this year. But that we wanted to see how we would fare against a team like that. And pleasantly surprised and happy on how we performed. It came down to the wire. And Emily Olson, I think, got a pass from Katara, if I'm not mistaken, to seal the game, make it 7-6 with a minute or so left, and kind of locked it up for us. So, huge win, super exciting night. I think those types of games, as much as it stresses me out that they're that close, at the end of the day, I'm still a little bit of a coach. So, as a coach, I don't like those close matches. But as a fan, that was fantastic in having it come down to the last couple minutes. Banger of a shot, sealing the game. Those are the most exciting ones to watch from a fan perspective. Coaching, not so much. I was somehow stressing and really enjoying it as I got to watch it in the stands. But just incredible of a game. So kudos to our Riser women, Queens of the Harbor. Awesome job. Keep it up. Their next game is February 14th. They welcome the Cincinnati Sirens, which historically is a very, very strong team. They've won a ton of championships. Probably most of the championships we've had for women's arena soccer have been won by their squad. Their coach and kind of head of their program oversees the women's arena national team and mini football team, which is 7-a-side. On the outdoor side, he also is technical director and recruiter on the men's arena team and mini football team. So he is kind of the man with the plan. Everyone follows Craig. They know what he's doing. He knows the small-sided game. He knows arena very well. His players, even if they're not the most skilled, are very technical and smart, or tactical and smart, I should say. So, it's going to be a tough match. So we did this on purpose. We wanted to kind of see where we measure up as we kind of went through the season. And this will be a good test to see where we are, where we need to go, and look at a quality team like Cincy and see what pieces we need to fill in the offseason. So super excited. Make sure you're there. Pack out the arena. We need a big crowd to support our girls. We know it's going to be a tough match. So we need everyone there making noise for our Queens of the Harbor and lifting them to victory. So that's at 4 o'clock, February 14th. On the men's side, or about 24 hours, they were sitting at first place. Cincinnati Swerve did travel up to Waza Flow Sunday evening and were victorious 19-10 over there at in Novi. So we're now tied again, sitting at the top, but Cincinnati Swerve does edge Muskegon on the goal differential to give them kind of that first place slot. So sitting at first, you got Swerve. We're second, even though we're both 5-0, kind of tied for first. Waza's third. Kalamazoo United, kind of de facto not eligible for anything, but sitting at fourth place. So that's super exciting. The top two teams from each conference will advance to the national championship tournament. That'll take place at the end of March 27th, 28th, and 29th. And right now in the Atlantic Division, Delaware City FC leads that division. Baltimore Kings, who is the host of the national tournament, Baltimore Kings. However, it's in Fredericksburg, Virginia, I believe is the address of where we're actually playing. But Baltimore Kings automatically qualifies regardless of where they sit in their standings. That's the Atlantic Division. In the East, you got Rock City Boom. So any Riser fans that have been around for a while, you know the Rochester Lancers. Rock City Boom is a group that spawned off of the Lancers when they kind of folded some years ago. And they're still playing. I believe their home field actually still has like the blue Rochester Lancer and yellow logo in the middle. So very familiar faces over there. If you heard Cody's interview, you know he knows a couple people over there. So they're leading the East Division with Buffalo in second. And in the South, we got Oklahoma City Certified Lions. They also have an M2 team this year, so they're kind of doing both. And they're 5-0 down in the South with a multitude of Kansas teams with them. We know that team historically, or that region, is just absolutely loaded. So many champions have come out of there on the PASL side, and now M3, that, you know, regardless, anyone in that division could probably compete for a national championship. So they're ones, if you're looking for good arena soccer, check those guys out. They do a fantastic job down there. But that's what's going on here. On February 14th, our men's will bring back Kalamazoo United for another it's MASL 3 match with them, which would be the last time that the Risers will play Kalamazoo this season. And then February 27th is our home season finale for our men's when we welcome Cincinnati Swerve to the arena. So that match right there will be for first place in the Great Lakes division that we're in. We will eventually travel back down to Cincinnati to make up a match from November that got snowed out. But this match at home would be killer to win. Hopefully skew the goal differential in our favor, and then the Risers are kind of in control of what we're doing, regardless of what happens down in Cincinnati. So super excited about that. Make sure you make your plans to be there and support our guys and girls, both remaining home dates. So for now, we'll kick it out to Jordyn, and then I'll close it out after that. So I'm here with Jordyn Stanberry. We're here right before a Risers doubleheader. We're kind of waiting for the girls to come out here and warm up. But I thought this was no better time to get Jordyn on the pod, especially after last week's contest, and it seemed like this arena was full of Jordyn Stanberry fans, and you could hear it when the women's team was coming out of the tunnel. So, Jordyn, how's it going?
Good, man. Happy to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you. I was really surprised, but not surprised on last Saturday and hearing the girls and the couple teams that you coached that got to be a part of it. And was it a surprise? Did somebody let it slip?
I kind of knew that they were going to be here. I didn't know what they were going to be doing, but I knew they were coming. But to walk out, realize that that's my girls and my boys all lined up out there, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I figured when they were reaching out a couple weeks in advance, I'm like, there's no way this stays a secret. But I was like, at least I won't say anything. I won't mention it to the coaches and see how good of a secret we can keep it. Um, but that's awesome. I mean, I coach as well, and I would be so stinking proud. And from the outside looking in, it speaks volume to see that they care about you that much, that the parents also support you and care about you that much. That's kind of an unspoken, but such a cool moment that I'm sure will stick with you for a while.
One of those core memory moments, man. Not going anywhere.
Yeah, I agree. So now playing on the team, being with the team for a couple weeks, how are you feeling? How are things going? I know you've been a part of the scrimmage before kind of the season got started, our games at least, and now you played our first game, not rostering tonight, but how do you feel, how things are going, how the team's looking?
I think we're growing. We started off as different, lots of different places, but also at the same time, all knowing the game, but yet we are such a wide gap of people and a wide range of ages, different types of time you were playing and stuff like that. So it's we've come a long way since the first night of practices.
So interesting that you talk about the age gaps, because our men's side, we go not as young due to league policies. We just can't roster high schoolers, but we go up to, I think our oldest is 45, maybe a 46 in there, and we got two of them that are pushing those age groups. So, but yeah, it just like across the board, the women's is definitely all over the place.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. I've gotten to know you a little bit just through, since November, but and I read the player forms that we sent out. That's kind of a way that I get to know you a little bit better. But tell us a little bit about you, where you're from, where you got started. I know you went and played at the college level.
We did.
So go ahead, the red carpet for you.
Oh, great. I'm local, Muskegon, Fruitport, Grand Haven area. Played at Fruitport. Went played club for Fury, actually, and then went to Chicago State University after that, actually with another on our team, with Gabby. We did that for 4 years and then came back here. And real quick after that, the Risers Outdoor Women's started up for that one and done season before they actually were in the league or anything.
Yeah.
It's like a one game showing. So kind of did that, and then it disappeared for a second, and then we tried it again.
Yeah, no, that's what I was curious. I was pretty sure you were a part of that group.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
played and then didn't play because we were done with the outdoor side, and I can tell you on the arena side, we're here to stay. It's not going to go anywhere. We'll kind of fully cement ourselves in the league. I know a lot of people ask about outdoor, but that's just not something I'm interested in. I don't think any of us are, to be honest, but I think for those that always are curious, this is the first time that I'll mention we're probably open to friendlies, but I'm not, and I don't think any of us want to get in a league and have the commitments of playing year round, but that's awesome. That's awesome. I know it's cool for local players to hear that you don't just have to go to the local colleges. There's options outside of Michigan, branching out a little bit. I know, like for the Lakeshore area, it's easy to go, like I'm going to MCC.
Yep.
Ball out for a little bit and then find an option, which could work. It's cheaper also. But I think it's cool to hear from someone like you that...
Yeah, I went straight out of high school. Yeah, Chicago, south side of Chicago.
That's awesome.
It's fun.
So that being said, you were part of the first women's group that kind of went into... Man, I'm forgetting the league that they were in briefly.
Yeah, it's like they got almost a season in, not quite.
Yeah. I'm botching that, but that's okay because I don't remember it, and I definitely will get it wrong if I say it. But what does it mean for you, being a local player, to be a Muskegon Riser, and then also not even just being a Muskegon Riser, but being a player that grew up locally, went and played collegiately, now you're back and coaching?
So for me, growing up around here, there wasn't this. There was no women's team. There was no nothing. There was a lot of men's stuff going on, but there wasn't so much the women's side of things, and that was for my girls that I have right now. I have U12 girls, showing them that you don't have to stop. There is no age limit. I mean, you can play until your body says you're done, and that's huge because that wasn't a thing for us. So I love it. I love the game. I love being around the game. Even though, again, not rostered tonight, but I wouldn't be anywhere else. So.
Yeah, no, I think it's so special for players to see these opportunities, know that they're here. It still amazes me how under the radar risers are to some extent.
100%.
When they've been around since 2014. They've had men's outdoor for most of that time frame.
Mm-hmm.
Most recently didn't. But a lot of those players that did the outdoor side are still going. And for us, it was a priority to bring back the women's, and just seeing the support on the women's side is super promising.
Yeah, we saw that you guys were coming back with the women's side, and not everybody gets to end college the way they want to.
Sure.
And unfortunately, I was one of those. I blew out my knee and was done playing after that for a little bit. But getting to come back and actually play is something that it's indescribable. You always say, I still got it.
Yeah.
But to see that, oh man, I actually do still got it is crazy.
Yeah, I agree with you. And it's always a tough situation. Hopefully most players start to figure out when their body's kind of nearing the end of the line there, but it is tough when they don't. And for us, just giving everybody the opportunity, but 100%, this is an avenue where if you're smart enough, you can play for a really long time.
Oh, yeah.
And not put a lot of wear and tear on your body.
No.
You can do it the right way. You're not going into every challenge like everybody else, but...
No, I'm not going into everything and trying to blow somebody up, but I'm still going to go in hard.
Yeah, I agree. So, looking back, what advice would you give someone like yourself growing up playing soccer? I know this podcast is kind of under the radar right now, but I hope at some point people will pick it up and can go back to episodes, including all the young ballers that come out to our games. What advice would you have for yourself as a kid growing up?
So, I had plenty of phenomenal coaches growing up and in college, and even now. But you also have a couple that poke buttons and get under your skin, and you get sometimes you feel like you're not good enough. But at the end of the day, you have to believe in yourself. And had I just believed in myself all the way through college, I'd have been a different player then. Now I have a little bit more of confidence, and that's a huge part. Big thanks to Mike for that, because without some of the conversations we've had, I wouldn't have the confidence that I have now.
Okay.
And he was huge in that aspect, which has been awesome for me. So I'd tell my little kid self, or even the little kids I'm around now, believe in yourself, have fun. There's no reason to take it super, super serious, right? It's not the end of the world. It's not live or die.
Yeah, 100%. And that's really good advice. I think it's easy to be a player and feel like no one understands you.
Yeah.
You're on an island, and
Yep.
The reality is that there's options out there. Sometimes you just got to tell another teammate, tell your coach. It can be difficult, but
yeah,
there's also a lot of opportunities out there. Coaches are different.
100%.
And so yeah, perspective is a real thing. So sometimes 100%. You just gotta move on from where you're at if you're struggling, and see what happens. But awesome. Well, Jordyn, thank you. Thank you for taking the time.
I appreciate it.
I'm excited for tonight, and hopefully we get 2 Risers wins tonight.
That'd be awesome. Thanks, Pedro.
Yep, thanks. Awesome. Well, thank you, Jordyn. Thank you for taking the time and working through some of those audio issues where we couldn't hear for a little bit. But awesome. Like I said, this series of getting to know our players is not only for you guys listening, but also for us as kind of the new guys in town. We're getting to know everybody, getting to know their story. So you're seeing us start with people that have been around the team, have participated for a while, because I want to hear their experience. I want you to hear their experience, and then we'll kind of slowly kind of start to move towards the newer players. I don't necessarily think we're going to interview everybody, but our goal is we're not just going to stop during the season. We'll kind of keep these slowly going throughout the spring here, and hopefully at some point we do introduce video. We know that's something that everybody wants. I think it makes sense, but we want to make sure that we have a consistent environment to do that in. Right now we don't. We're kind of popping up wherever we can, whether in the arena, at our practice facility, or we just do remote interviews. So we're trying to figure out what's going to be the right methods, but I'm super excited about this and making sure that you guys get to hear from our players and our staff for that matter. So stay tuned. Make sure you're listening. Share it. Subscribe where you can subscribe. That helps a lot as we kind of look to grow it. But for now, get your tickets February 14th. Look out for some promos that we're going to drop for that game day. It is Valentine's Day, so we're going to do what we can to make it a little bit more exciting, get people out there. And then our home arena season finale is going to be February 27th. That is a Friday. I know there's a lot going on Friday nights, but we need to pack that arena on February 27th for potentially a battle for first place. It would be massive for us to see over 2,000 people in the arena on February 27th. So please make your plans. Come out, support us. Buy your tickets in advance. You save money doing that. I'm totally cool if you want to just walk up to the door, do your thing. Maybe it's because of fees. I'm not sure if they don't charge fees at the door. I'll have to figure that out. But you guys save some money by buying them in advance. So I'm just going to keep throwing that out there. That's why we promote it. The prices go up the day of. Buy your tickets. So just so you know, buy them in advance. You save money. But for now, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for everyone that's been out to a game this winter. It's been awesome. We've been averaging well over 1,000 fans. So it's always been loud in the arena. Everyone's been into it. Super excited to see that. Super grateful for the support that everyone's getting. I know it means the world to our players. We know it's been a little weird without being able to get onto the field, but I can tell you we're working on getting that back. We're working on the solution that will probably not this year, but next year bring back the on-field autographs. So we'll get there. I promise. I miss it too. So I get that's a cool part of going to Muskegon Riser games, and we're going to bring it back. But for now, thank you. Buy your tickets. Follow us on social media, all the major platforms. Subscribe. And we'll see you on the 14th.